My main interest in pool started when I was in college many years ago, and I was an avid player throughout my undergraduate days, and this was in Texas actually, and at that time I was always interested in possibly having a pool hall. But you know, I have a career. I'm actually a physics professor. I went to the University of Pittsburgh for graduate school. That's what brought me to the Pittsburgh area. This was back in the early 90s. So I'm actually currently a full professor of physics at Wheeling Jesuit University. This pool hall has existed in the Pittsburgh area since the late 70s, I believe 1978. And it was founded by Jim Marino, who was a world-class player in his own right. And it was his until he passed away early this year, actually. I was interested in taking over the pool hall, so I got in touch with the estate and so forth and talked with people, and this was provided an easier avenue for me to get into the business. When I took over the pool room, part of my plan has been to take the stadium seating. We have a big stadium seating here and a tournament bench table, and we're going to be trying to host live streaming events at some point. But I've taken it and I've tried to turn it into also community outreach, because being a physics professor with a background in astrophysics actually, I have during the summer I ran 3 different astronomy shows for kids. I gave them some free pool, give them a chance to learn how to play some pool, and give a chance to learn some physics, maybe of pool balls and things like that. And you know, as the word gets out, I'd like to potentially become a resource for kids that are in Peters Township or Upper St. Clair, Mount Lebanon, you know, all the local schools. Basically, you know, there's somebody here who can possibly help you out with your math or your physics or whatever. And if you want to do some pool, or you know, a way for people to go out and socialize and interact without being in front of a computer all the time. So there's a lot of physics and geometry and things like that are in pool, and also requires a little bit of hand-eye coordination, obviously, maybe not like hitting a baseball or anything like that, but it does require some. You know, there's a lot of momentum and rolling and friction. Friction plays a much bigger role in pool than you think, and sometimes you know, you might know the physics of it, but then you find that the actual practice of something is also a lot about adjusting to changing conditions. There's a little bit of artwork in it, in fact. You know, things like you know, how does spin affect the ball when it comes off a rail and goes a different angle than you think it would normally go. You know, so like most of, you know, you go in, you go out, but if you spin it, it goes off a different way. You know, and how does a very good pool player make use of those things, and what's the physics behind that? You know, and trick shots. You know, you can do trick shots. You can set things up so people can just hit a ball and it's guaranteed to go in. And why does that happen? It requires practice to become very good at it. Just like any endeavor that a person does, you have to practice. So I have a semi-pro player who actually works and actually lives on site, and he gives lessons, and he's very good at it. He's BCA certified at level 2 to give lessons, so people that are very interested can pursue that. This table obviously is a brand new table. I think I can safely say it's the best table in town. A lot of players basically have been up here and would agree with me. I've also got 2 7-foot diamond bar tables, which are smaller tables that are really suited for kids to be able to play on, because they can reach the balls and all these other sort of things. But there's also a very big scene of people that are used to playing on bar table sized tables. We don't have any alcohol here, so there's no liquor license. You know, and things like that. We're definitely trying to cater to a family-friendly environment to get people in here, give kids an opportunity to learn something about the game and something that they can always do the rest of their life for entertainment.